Good morning, I'm Christian Chapman, I'm Principal of Castle Community College in Deal in Kent, and I'm going to be talking about a project that happened here about a year ago now.
Why did you get involved in the programme?
We were approached initially by a group called CFBT, and they offered us finance towards the project that the EIA organisation had already spoken to us about, and we got involved because suddenly we had the money to get involved in what is a very exciting and imaginative approach to raising levels of achievement in pupils and to improving their behaviour. And as a national challenge school in particular, we needed to get involved in all kinds of different activities to raise levels of achievement and to improve motivation.
So what are the key challenges the school faces?
Well, we're a national challenge school, which is a little strange because Ofsted has twice in the last year judged us to be outstanding. But levels of achievement generally are low. 35% of our pupils actually go on to, we lose them to grammar schools. And consequently, we have to work very hard indeed to reach the national challenge target of 30%, 5 or more A to C GCSEs with English and mathematics. And we're looking all the time for different ways of motivating our young people, and this seemed to us an absolutely wonderful opportunity to do it rather differently and in a way that would really support the social development as well as the academic achievement levels of some of our more disaffected pupils.
What are the type of students on the programme?
We decided to go for a gifted and talented approach. A number of our very disaffected youngsters were very gifted sportsmen and sportswomen, and we were looking desperately for ways to motivate them and to get them to work at a more appropriate level. So this scheme seemed to us exactly the right one. They're very interested in sport. That was the whole theme of the week. They were very keen to get involved in sporting activity during that residential week. So that really answered questions about what would they do with the time that wasn't spent sort of working on approaches to careers, improving their opportunities in terms of career choices and so on.
What were the benefits to the teachers and the school?
Basically, I think the teachers developed much better relationships with the youngsters they took away on the residential week in Ashford. They came back feeling very much more positive about those youngsters. The youngsters themselves came back really well motivated. Their attitudes, their behaviour improved. They had much clearer goals in terms of their careers, the further training they needed, the higher education perhaps that they needed to engage in before they could meet those career goals. And I think that impressed the teachers involved in the week, and it certainly impressed teachers back at the school who saw, after just 1 week, a very visible difference in the way that all of those youngsters related to staff, each other, and to the academic challenges of the curriculum.
Have you seen the benefits after year one?
Yeah, absolutely. We're now 1 year on, and most of those youngsters have taken their GCSE examinations already. 100% attendance at examinations, 100% effort. They've all tried really hard, every single one that attended that residential week. They tried hard to actually achieve the highest possible levels of attainment, whether it be English, maths, science or any of their other subjects. They're all very clearly goal directed. They know what kind of career areas they'd like to go into. I'm pleased that that was the focus during the week, because it's encouraged them to think about the academic qualifications they need, further higher education they might need, and it's made a very clear difference to the way they've behaved over the last year, and that improvement in behaviour and attitude has been sustained throughout the year too.
Would you recommend this approach to other schools?
I would strongly recommend this approach. It's a very expensive residential week for youngsters to engage in, but aspects of the week, the non-residential ones, we've certainly trialled subsequently with younger students, and we've trialled them very successfully. I think the levels of attainment here are going up year by year, and this year we're going to see a massive rise in the numbers achieving those 5 or more A to C grades with English and maths. And we're delighted by that, but other aspects of the course, more career goal orientated approaches to raise levels of achievement are now firmly in place. We'd love to do another residential week, because I don't think you can substitute that entirely, because, you know, social attitudes changed a great deal, personal relationships improved massively between students and teachers. So wherever possible, if the funding can be arranged, I'd say go for the residential week. But if not, the other aspects, the focus on careers, on qualifications, on the education needed to attain those career goals, all of those are incredibly important and should be pursued wherever possible by all schools, really, regardless of the kind of school they are.